Picking the right credit card or even the best combo for your wallet can be a daunting task. Whether you're looking for a good dining, travel, or just everyday card, which one's the best for you? That's why today I'll be going over the only 6 credit cards I'll be keeping in my wallet for 2025, one of which I'll be getting rid of, and one new card I'll be adding. Starting with the one card I'll definitely be keeping, the Chase Freedom Unlimited. The Chase Freedom Unlimited is a great no annual fee card that has some amazing spending categories for cashback, like 3% back at drugstores, on dining, and 1.5% back everywhere else. In addition to that, this card also has an intro bonus where you can earn $200 when you spend $500 in the first 3 months of account opening, has a 0% introductory APR, and is a great way to start your relationship with Chase. Now, the reason why I'm keeping this card in my wallet over some other cards like the Capital One Saver one or the Citi Custom Cash is because while those two cards are great, Chase has some amazing transfer partners that you can use when you have one of Chase's other premium cards. So like the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And with the Chase Freedom Unlimited, even though it's a cashback card, you can actually use that cashback as though they are points. So that 3% you would earn back at drugstores could actually be converted into 3x points to be used for things like hotels, flights, and other forms of travel. And while you can use those other premium cards on all purchases, I use that for miscellaneous expenses, whether I'm going in the subway or buying something at like a dollar store. With that said, if you're looking for a great everyday card, this is definitely one I don't see myself replacing anytime soon. Moving on to the next card on the list is my American Express Business Blue Plus card. This is another no annual fee card, however this one is specifically for my business expenses. And the reason why I like this one is because of the fact that you can earn 2x points on all expenses up to $50,000 per year. Plus, when I opened it, it also came with a 15,000 point bonus when I spent $3,000 in the first 3 months of account opening, which if you didn't know, those 15,000 points are equivalent to around $150 towards travel. And in addition to all of that, this card also has a 0% introductory APR that, while I don't really care for on the personal side, I completely understand for businesses that are looking to get some funding in their initial phase of their startup. So why am I keeping this card in my wallet over something like the Chase Ink or Capital One Spark cards? Well, to be honest, with the Capital One cards, I don't really mind missing out on the points there because there's a large overlap with the American Express cards. And while the Chase Ink cards are great, one, I like to diversify the points I'm earning between American Express and Chase, and second, that 2x points I can earn on everything is more useful to me than the spending categories I would have with Chase. With that said, if you're looking to earn some American Express points on the business side, I think this is probably one of the best cards that you can go with, especially as far as general business expenses go. Moving on to the third card and my personal favorite food card on this list, we have the American Express Gold card, which is a $325 annual fee card that has some great spending categories, like 4x points that you can earn back at restaurants and 4x points you can earn back at US supermarkets, up to $25,000 per year. Then in addition to that, this card also has a 60,000 point bonus you can earn when you spend $6,000 in the first 6 months of card membership, which if you didn't know, those 60,000 points are valued at least $600 towards travel. So when it comes to intro bonuses, this is the best one we have so far. However, with that said, you do still have that $325 annual fee, but that fee covers a plethora of benefits like the $10 a month in Uber Cash, the $10 dining credit that can be used for Five Guys, the Cheesecake Factory, or my personal favorite, Grubhub, the $7 monthly Dunkin' credit, and the $50 semi-annual credit for restaurants on Resy. Now, not all of these credits are everyone's favorites. Like personally, I don't really love the Dunkin' credit. However, even with just the other 3, that's a total of $340 a year in benefits. Then when you add the $84 a year for Dunkin', that brings you to well above $400. So why am I keeping this card in my wallet? Well, for a couple of reasons. First is the fact that the benefits do outweigh the cost of the annual fee for this card, especially for me. Then second is because of the 4x points I earn at supermarkets, which is hard to beat with pretty much any other card. And lastly is because when it comes to eating out, especially with friends, I know that no matter where we go, I'm always going to put down my card because I earn the most points when it comes to dining, making this card a strong keeper. Now, with that said, if you want to find this card or any card I talk about in this video and support the channel at the same time, I'll leave links to each of them in the description for you to easily access. Moving on to the fourth card on this list, we have the Capital One Venture X, a $395 annual fee travel card that allows you to earn not only 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, as well as 5x on flights, all booked through the Capital One travel portal, but also allows you to earn 2x miles on everything else. And just like the other cards on this list, also has an intro bonus where you can earn 75,000 miles when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of card opening, which if you didn't know is equivalent to around $750 towards travel. Now, looking at this card and comparing its benefits to the annual fee, you'll see that with the Capital One Venture X, you have a $300 a year annual travel credit that can be used in the Capital One travel portal. And then in addition to that, after your first year, you'll also earn 10,000 anniversary miles. That's equivalent to around $100 towards travel. Not to mention the fact that this card also comes with credit for TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, bringing the overall yearly value of this card well above the $395 annual fee. Now, what's really cool about this card is that in addition to all those benefits you receive, Capital One will also provide you with access to the Plaza Premium, Priority Pass, and Capital One lounges, which is great. However, this is the first card where I have some serious overlap. Because while Capital One does provide access to these lounges, I do have one other card that does the same. Because in addition to that, this card also has some overlap with some of the insurance and protections it provides for my travel as well. So while this is a great travel card, especially for the annual fee of $395, it's definitely one I'm seriously considering about getting rid of and replacing with another card. But with that said, I do still really love the 2x miles I can earn on everything, and this is lower annual fee card of the two that have access to lounges. Moving on, let's talk about the second to last card on this list, the Platinum card by American Express. This $695 annual fee card allows you to earn 5x points on prepaid hotels and 5x points on flights, all booked through the American Express travel portal, as well as through airlines directly. And this currently has an intro bonus where you can earn at least 80,000 points when you spend $8,000 in the first 6 months of card membership. Now, with an annual fee that high, this card has to come with some amazing benefits, and it does. Like for example, a $200 hotel credit, a $200 airline fee credit, $200 a year in Uber Cash, and more. So much more, in fact, that this card comes with over $1,000 in yearly benefits, which is so much that it's literally hard to keep track of sometimes throughout the year. For example, this card comes with a $50 Saks and Fifth credit, which me and my friends go back and forth with, continuously reminding each other every 6 months that they have to use this credit. And while that's annoying, for the most part, all of the other credits I pretty much naturally use throughout the year. But with that said, is this all that this card has to offer? Well, of course not, because like I mentioned, this card has a decent amount of overlap with my Capital One Venture X, including things like the similar credit for TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, insurance and protections for my travels, as well as the highly sought after access to lounges like the Delta Sky Club, Priority Pass, and Centurion lounges. So with that said, is there anything that the Platinum card has that the Venture X doesn't? Well, like I mentioned before, both these cards have access to airport lounges. However, the Platinum card has access to the Centurion Lounge network, which is much larger than the Capital One network. American Express has over 20 Centurion lounges worldwide, while Capital One only has 4 domestically. And you might be saying, well, both cards have Priority Pass, so doesn't that cover like 1,000 lounges worldwide? And while yes, you are correct, most of the Priority Pass lounges can't compare to the American Express Centurion lounges. And even if they did, there's still that large overlap. Plus, in addition to all of that, the Platinum card also has more yearly benefits than the Capital One Venture X. So while that $400 that you get with Capital One is great, the $1,000 in benefits make more sense than just some annual travel credits. That being said, this year I'll most likely be replacing the Venture X. Because while it's been great so far, there's not enough external benefits that don't overlap with another card that I already have. So the only question left is, which card will I be replacing it with? And to answer that, I need a card that does at least 2 of 3 things. First is a card that has different transfer partners than ones that I already have access to. Second is one that has access to lounges I currently don't have access to. And third is a card that has insurance and protections that my current set of cards don't. That being said, the card that I currently plan on opening in 2025 has strong transfer partnerships with companies like United, Air Canada, and Hyatt, provides you with access to not only Priority Pass, but their own growing lounges and the Air Canada lounges, and has reliable insurance and protections on travel that I don't currently have. Plus, in addition to that, this card also allows me to earn 10x points on hotels and rental cars, as well as 5x points through their travel portal, then 3x on things like dining. Plus, in addition to that, they also have an intro bonus where you can earn 60,000 points when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of card membership, with all of those points being worth 50% more when redeemed for travel because it's one of their more premium cards. So that 60,000 points is worth around $900 towards travel. And lastly, even though this card has an annual fee of $550, they also provide a $300 annual travel credit, a credit for TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, and have benefits with their partners like DoorDash and Lyft. Now, if you haven't already guessed which card this is, the card I'll be adding in 2025 is the Chase Sapphire Reserve, one of the best premium travel cards out there, which brings me to something that you've got to start understanding. While we went over the basics of the Reserve card, there's so much more you need to know. Click this video to get a deep dive on the Reserve versus Platinum card, and see you in that video. Bye.